So every day I constantly get asked about whether deals are good or not, and also how to get into PC gaming on the cheap. And so today I'm going to take you guys through some of the mindset and behind the scenes stuff that would go into my head when I look at PCs and I look at what you can do with them. So first part here, we'll start off with how to just get into PC gaming with FPS. A smooth experience, stutter free, and one that will give you a good experience even for titles in 2019. So basically, graphics cards like this, you'll want to find a good GPU. Whether you're going to buy a PC off someone brand new, used, the graphics card is the most important part for getting games to run properly. This is the GTX 750 Ti. Now you can get these for very cheap online. A lot of people locally will sell them because they're upgrading their GPUs, but it'll still give you a good experience at 1080p low settings, or in cases of Apex Legends, for example, you may have to drop it to 720p, but in the same case, you're still gonna get a smooth experience. This graphics card beside it is a very good buy. It's my personal favorite at the moment, both on the used market and the new market, since it comes in at roughly just over $100 US if you buy it brand new. Used market, you can get these things for as low as $70 US, so they're very good and price performance is through the roof. This will play 1080p games on high settings on practically any title, even in 2019. Now right behind it is a key ingredient. If you want to get into PC gaming on the cheap, these are what we call OEMs, or just basically PCs that have been pre-built. They're generally non-overclockable, but they come loaded with a motherboard, a CPU, some memory, and in this case, I got an SSD, which just makes the deal that much better. So if all you wanted to do was play games and get into PC gaming, then all you'd have to do is grab this graphics card, slot it into this motherboard, turn the PC on, and you'd be good to go. You'd be actually getting a decent experience for very cheap. For instance, I got this PC here off a deal locally for 135 Australian dollars, which would be around 100 USD. Very cheap. This graphics card here, I got it in on a trade-in. I don't really know how to price it up, but it came in on a trade-in that I gave the person 100 Aussie dollars for. And of course that came loaded with other goodies as well. So, I mean, maybe realistically, you'd be looking at around 50 Aussie dollars for something like this tops. I've seen them go for cheaper, but you'd have for under 200 Australian dollars a good PC gaming experience if you just went out of your way to go look for some deals and go find the right parts for you. Now right there is how you would get into PC gaming for very cheap. And a lot of the times these motherboards will come with Windows 10 Pro pre-activated as well, so you don't even have to go out and buy a CD key. But if you are in the market for a Windows 10 single end user license, then today's video sponsor SCD Keys have you covered. You can get this for as little as $13 US by using the coupon TYCSK. As soon as you put this in the cart, apply the coupon, you'll get a 12% discount. I've been using these CD keys personally, and they've all checked out. They're all single end user license as well, so they're not that OEM stuff that you hear bad stories about. So if you are getting into PC gaming, then the link's in the description below. So now for this first part, we're gonna take a look at how to get some of these deals, even online, which really pales in comparison to picking up some of those local deals. But taking a quick look on eBay, and this is even on the back of just coming off videos where I was linking OEMs in the description. So all the real good OEM deals online have been sold out. I can't really find any except for this one sort of combination here. We've got a Dell small form factor 7010 series, and you could couple that with something like this GTX 960, whack that into the computer, and then you should have a gaming PC for like 150 US dollars. Just looking at what this guy did, of course, it will look very ugly, but it should still play games, especially on a budget. Now, if you did need a 6-pin power connector, you can buy a SATA the 6-pin or SATA the 6+2 pin for around $1. So this first part, where there's a will, there's a way. If you're looking for those deals, you can definitely still come into something even on eBay. But something like this, it doesn't look that good. And around Tech Yes City, I do things a little bit different to, I guess, the normal guy wanting to get into PC gaming. I'm looking at this thing and saying, okay, how much resale value could I get off this? And so with that, I'm going to be looking at the case, how good it looks, and also the specs inside. there needs to be a balance between the two at different price points. Since this case just screams to me low budget, we're going to be putting some low budget parts in it and taking out the good stuff, which in this case would really only be the SSD. If we take that out, we can put in, say, a 250 gigabyte hard drive, and then also whack that 750 Ti in, and then we can put it up for sale. But we do have another one of these cases lying around. Now this has a nice Asus motherboard inside. It's also got an i5-3470, just like the last one, but instead we're gonna be putting an i3 inside this thing. So taking out the motherboard and then putting in a different motherboard, as well as like a GT740, then we'll have another budget PC up for sale in relation to this case. And the power supplies in these, although they're not anywhere near decent, they will still play games with low-powered graphics cards absolutely fine. I'd estimate that they'd have about 200 watts available, reliable 200 watts on the 12-volt line. And so if you're buying a power supply, if you see the 5-volt beside it and that's got a higher rating, that's generally an indication of a budget power supply that won't power anything that requires even an 8-pin connector on the GPU, for example. But guys, let's clean these things up and get this show on the road. So there's one computer done right there, and we're going to be doing a little bit of multitasking, or if you're a lady, multitaskette. So there's two PCs ready to go for a budget gamer. Obviously, this is aimed at someone who isn't watching this video and doesn't want to do what I've done here, and so hence that's where the premium comes on top. But nothing's stopping any one of you guys out there in the audience, unless of course, as I've said before in the past, you're in a terrible location for getting deals. But besides that, there's nothing stopping you from just going out, getting something like this, budget graphics card, putting together something really, really budget, but also still looks decent and has some good price performance. So here's a bit of a different combo on the desk here. This is the step up from what we just did. We've got the RX 570, we've got a better motherboard, we've got the same i5, we're gonna put 8 gigabytes of RAM in because that's really all you need to get it into 1080p gaming. Of course, you could put an i7 in this thing, 16 gigabytes of RAM. It wouldn't set you back a whole lot extra. And then we've got the 1 terabyte hard drive coupled with the 120 gigabyte SSD. Very popular combo for that sort of mid-range setup where you've got enough space for your games. You've also got that fast boot drive, and if your favorite game you play a lot, you can put that on the SSD too. Now we've got a little bit of a better power supply here. It's still nothing super fancy, but I speak to the guys at the local retailers. They tell me the failure rates and how many of these power supplies come back. This one here is not a bad option. It's a little thermal take. It comes in at about 40 something Aussie dollars. They don't come with any box, so they're just mass bundled OEMs. And you've got about 370 watts available down the 12-volt line, which is perfectly fine for this combination here. But right now there's this liquidation sale on the Gold Coast. A computer shop is just selling out a lot of their old stuff. I'm gonna go down there and check it out and see what bargains they have, and also take you guys along with us. So let's get on out of here. So I just got back from meeting up at that liquidation sale, and that was Dan, and he was a really nice guy, and of course most Aussies are really awesome people, so if you guys are overseas, if you ever come down under, you're gonna have a great time. But this is the Z87X OC Force, and this was like a really nice board. We got this, these three sort of mediocre boards here, as well as a G1 Sniper. And we got two cases, CMP 500s. They had like 600 watt power supplies in them, and also another 300 case for 370 Aussie dollars total. So that's like 260 USD. So that was a pretty good deal. They had a lot of other like Z97 and also like H170s and stuff like that. I'm not pretty interested in that stuff at the moment because DDR4 memory and of course some of those new Ryzen boards, they're so cheap, coupled with the fact that a Ryzen 5 2600 is the price that it's at, I just don't see myself buying those boards and extracting much value out of them, especially for flipping or for putting together used price performance. But these here, of course, you can always make something out of these. Individually, I'll quickly put up a list of the prices I paid for all the parts individually at that sale. But with that said, let's put that off the desk and get back to whipping up this PC right here. So for this next part, this is where you have a lot more choice because your budget is a lot bigger than in the first scenario. And so, for instance, for a case, we could spend around $45, get a Fractal Design Focus G. This is definitely one of my favorite budget cases that still carries a very clean aesthetic. For the motherboard, if you can't find any of those OEM deals, you can go on AliExpress, get a motherboard for around $40, a i7 Xeon equivalent, second gen, for around $60, and then some DDR3, and you'll still have a bare bones kit for around about $130 that should still game absolutely fine, and this is readily available too. So this next part is sort of mixing and matching, and this CPU combo that I've listed here will definitely tee up with an RX 570, and if you're on a budget, will give you great performance. So I'll put some links in the description below for this second part. Let's keep moving on. So now we've finished the mid-range PC, and this one's looking pretty good. It's got the red LED fan, it's a little bit blinged up. You've got a better GPU, you've got an SSD this time around. Still using a very similar quad-core CPU, i5-3550. So we're kind of mixing new and used parts with this next build. And sort of that's where I'd be. Like, you see my thinking here, we've got at the lower end, all used parts. We're gonna get phenomenal price performance. Mid-range, if we want a little bit of aesthetics coupled with still really good price performance, we can mix a bit of new in with the build. Now for this last grand finale, we're gonna make all new parts. So let's look at a higher end system. We're gonna be using an RTX 2070 and whatnot, but we'll quickly lay all the parts out on the table and then talk about that. It's pretty late at night, but it doesn't matter. The hustle never stops. I mean, I went and saw some Captain Marvel movie tonight. It was pretty good. Definitely an appetizer for the Avengers. So I can't wait to see that, but let's get all these parts on the table anyway. So now next build we got here is, I guess you could say, higher end gaming and still keeping the prices reasonable. If I had to tally this whole build up here, I'd say it's around maybe 14 to 1500 Aussie dollars, which considering this card here, the 2070, does trade blows with a 1080 Ti, that's really not bad going. And we've got 6 cores, 12 threads of Ryzen 5 2600 goodness. Now, of course, we're going to use the included cooler. It's actually really good. And then we've got a 1 terabyte hard drive and a 240 gigabyte SSD this time. So we're going to step things up, and 16 gigabytes of DDR4 memory, dual channel. Ryzen definitely needs that stuff. We will have to tune this to around 2933 megahertz because that seems to be like the minimum buffer you want to get for this CPU, and then get smooth performance out of it, obviously. AX370 motherboards, they go for really good prices, and you don't really need a high-end motherboard for the 6-core. The 8-core, if you're gonna start overclocking that pretty hardcore, then yes, you might wanna look for something like a Taichi or something better. But then we've got a 500 watt power supply because we're not really gonna be overclocking this thing that hard. 500 watt power supply is gonna be absolutely fine for this build. And it's a decent one too. I've been using a few of these. They're 80 plus and they work really well. However, they do only work in Australia, 230 volts. So if you're in the US, definitely don't try and plug up one of these 230 volts or you'll be having a early birthday surprise. But it's not really a surprise. It'd be like the antonym of surprise, which I don't even know that word. It'd be like a mess, a shock. Yeah, a shock. Anyway, let's build this thing, put it together, and then wrap it up. So there's the last PC, it's finished. We're installing Windows 10 on it. But right now, I'm really tired. I'm about as tired as that guy who was counting to 1 million.
1 million.
Well, I'm not that tired, but in the morning, we'll come back here and summarize for you guys what you can do if you want to get into PC gaming and you're on a budget, but it depends on what budget you're on. You want to get the most for your money, then you definitely want to be taking a look at both the used market and the new market. But let's talk about that once my brain has recharged. And here we are, guys. We built 3 different PCs at 3 different price ranges, but my thoughts behind it were if you're on a budget, you'd probably want to get the most price performance possible. And that's where we looked at an OEM plus a graphics card that we can just slot in there and we'd have happy days. The mid-range, we can step it up to like an RX 570, be a bit more flexible with our budget, go for maybe a Xeon used and still get some really good price performance and value for money on these parts, as well as getting, of course, that aesthetics upgrade with something like a Fractal Design Focus G for 45 bucks, which is really good value in my opinion. In Australia, these cases cost like 80 Aussie dollars. So that thing shipped to your door for 45 USD is a really good deal. Now, the last part is where we're putting all new parts together and you've got a lot more flexibility. And as I just showed before, it's really good time to be building new PC parts. And in fact, I might be making a dedicated video just to new parts and how they're sort of back up on the rise again, because a lot of these DDR4 prices have come down. The motherboard prices are really good for new motherboards at the moment. And of course, the CPUs with Ryzen, whether it be the APUs or the CPUs, have really brought prices down in general. And then not to mention the graphics cards, the cryptocurrency boom is finished. There's so many different graphics cards out there. You may even wish to kind of consider buying all new parts except for the graphics cards, because some of them are just going out on really good deals. Anyway, if you liked today's video, make sure you hit that like button and let us know in the comments section below, what are you building at the moment, or what have you recently built, or what are you in the market for? And if you have any questions on your mind about today's video, about mixing and matching parts, drop a comment as well. Lovely people around Tech Yes City will help you out. And I'll catch you guys in another tech video very soon. But also, if you like the content that much, you may even wish to hit that sub button, turn on the bell. It's an option. And also Instagram Tech Yes City, where you get the latest inside scoop and also little stories. I'm posting up little stories on there about what I'm doing behind the scenes, so it's pretty cool. And also don't forget, if you need a cheap Windows 10 legit single end user license, today's video sponsor SCD Keys have you covered for as little as 12 USD using that coupon code TYCSK. And the last thing as well, I'll put all the links for the stuff that I featured in today's video in the description below. So I'll catch you in another one very soon. Peace out for now. Bye.